Coddle's mana bleak is percentage based, so you're going to lose all of your mana unless you have Manta like Lincoln's BKB. Then you just don't do anything. Yeah. So and those are a lot of items, obviously, as well.
The Rezo hero?
Oh, man.
That is...
Is that a GG pick right there?
That's the GG right there, folks.
I didn't even notice this hero left in the pool.
I have not seen them play it, but that is the Medusa counter, the Clinks counter. And to your point, remember I said VP had first 2'd Brood?
Yes.
They did it against Clinks. They did it against Weaver. Because those heroes have no ability to deal with it. Medusa's even worse. The supports don't deal with it. The Nyx doesn't. Like, this is one of those. And you can see VGJ's all selected their 5 heroes. They're ready to rock. they're giggling right now.
Yeah, they're like...
Clairvoyance just walked out of the booth with a smile on his face. High five.
See you guys in 10 minutes.
And says, you know, we can go out for lunch real quick. Because if our boys lose this, they've only lost the 1 game so far.
To Optic, yeah.
Yeah. This, 10
seconds remaining.
I don't think they have time to go get lunch. I'm going to be honest with you.
True. Maybe a light, like a snack.
To the viewers out there, we just got done casting a last pick Huskar.
True.
And how long did that last?
That was about a 17-minute game. Yes. That was one that you say, ouch. And this is another one. It's ouch.
It's just such a great draft. My only concern for VGj.Storm is that are they revealing too much in the group stage? Because a team like VP, yeah, they have a couple more losses, but I don't think you can read into what they've been doing too much. Whereas Storm, like their drafts every single game,
Wraith King, Undying, Necro.
Strong, methodical, and you can see what they value and the way they structure their lineups. And I feel like it's a lot easier to get a read on them. And now they're saying, like, look, we'll last pick Terrorblade, we'll last pick Broodmother. I don't know if they've taken Huskar, but I'm sure they would. And I think it's an excellent choice here, especially with the Coddle, too, because it's just such a great Brood game, and you have the map control of a Coddle. Like, if he has webs active at any time, like, he can play and cover 2 waves and enemy jungle, right? Yeah. As the rest of his team plays in a side lane. And at any point, he can be summoned in, and there's now a Brood in your base.
So how does Newbee want to play this early game now? You have decent laners, right? Silencer's a great laner. Dark Willow's a pretty good laner, but, I mean, what do you want to get accomplished with them?
How do you deal with Brood? I'm saying, like, you look at the lanes, and most importantly, you look at this Brood and say, we have to not have this Brood pushing our tier 1 at 5 minutes into the game. And what hero on their team can lane against it or even just occupy the lane without dying?
The issue isn't the early laning phase. It's what do you do once you're out of that? Because it's a level 4, level 5 timing where all of a sudden the Brood gets a spider army, and there's nothing that can deal with him. And this is the weakness of the Newbee lineup, where they just don't have wave. They don't have any AoE. And their supports are what I would say are like the same type. Ranged, intelligence, weak to summons. So Chen, Fury, and they get banned out in the first phase, but you neglected the biggest and baddest of them all. A hero that we've seen, like, probably the scariest 10th pick in Dota history.
I think one of those. I'm looking at the Nyx Assassin. The double Stout Shield plus Quelling.
Oh.
Right? It looks like he will be going middle.
Rush Vanguard. That's all you got to do. Rush a Vanguard. Sit in the laning stage.
That means the spiders don't actually do damage to you. I think it increases the chance of a shield proc by...
It makes it like 75%.
Yeah. Not quite. I think there's something about the way, like, the rolls are calculated.
Oh, really?
That makes it...
It doesn't add, like, multiplicatively, like, evasion?
I honestly have no idea. I just don't think it's a, like a 2 coin flip odds.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, there's going to be a kind of rune skirmish here. KP doesn't want to have to waste the stun, doesn't have to, and it'll be looking like a, well...
So Newbee's got some innovation going here, though, with this Nyx mid, the double Stout Quelling.
Yeah.
The goal that we set is they have to occupy this Brood's time. If this Brood's taking your tier 1 mid at 5-6 minutes and then taking your tier 2 at 10, they can't recover from that. So they have to be able to prevent that from happening. And we'll just have to see how this pans out.
And it looks
Never
like,
seen Nyx Brood.
I believe Dyer denied one of the bounty runes. Or I didn't see where it happened, but I only see 3 bounty runes picked up, and they're all gone, so someone decided to get rid of one.
I don't know if it's an innovation as much as it's an act of desperation, because they can't really put any other hero in the mid lane.
Could be both.
Indeed.
Well, you have to get real creative when there's no obvious answer.
You have an aggro Medusa now against Necro Undying, which is an incredibly powerful lane.
Yep, you're watching. Look at Faith already. He's in trouble. Obviously, once you get that Arcane Curse on Undying, you're going to be in a good spot, but he's just right-clicking you right now. And this is their 5 position. Undying.
If you asked me today if I was going to see an offlane Medusa, I would not have said yes.
But if I ask you tomorrow,
I would have said yes because it happened.
Yes.
Damn, Grant, that's
deep.
some deep. Yeah.
So what is KP? He doesn't take damage from the Spiderlings middle. Looks like bottom though. Faith barely gonna get away. Well, what does he do? He just makes sure the tower doesn't get taken by being tanky? Is that it?
It's more that he's just not as threatened like these squishy ranged heroes are. There's incredibly high base armor and regen on Nyx, along with the 2 shields. And then you also have a stun to peel, whereas your Klink's Medusa, if they get ran up by spider armies, they actually have no counterplay.
And he is going straight Aquila on the Nyx, so his goal is to just keep his creep wave alive as long as possible and tank up a bit. I feel like if he doesn't get a Vanguard, he's going to get pushed out of this lane when Broodmother has the spider army up eventually.
And having to go Vanguard on Nyx doesn't sound like something you ever want to do?
He's not going Vanguard. Guys.
Well, I mean, is he not going to get bullied out of lane?
Oh, that's so smart. Faith used the TP to go to the tier 3 where SVG was suiciding to get gold and experience. That was
and
genius.
to it.
Yep, that as well. That's like so genius.
If he goes Vanguard here, they just don't have the ability to catch around the map. I think he's going to just go Aquila and play very aggressively because he's the tempo of this draft. Like, there is no other hero on the team that's going to be able to make plays, which is another reason I like putting it in the mid lane.
And see you later.
Isn't he glued to mid for 15 minutes, though?
No, because even Nyx can't defend the tower. Like, this is a... I don't think you can deal with the Brood.
So you'd rather just say we're accepting Brood's going to take our tier 2 and see if we can win around the map?
Pretty much.
I'm not saying that's a... Like, it's not good, but I can't say there's a better approach.
Meanwhile, so top lane, this Wraith King versus Dark Willow, Matt. We've seen it before, right? You can't really stun the Dark Willow ever, but they're still seemingly winning this lane top. Mugi is getting a decent amount of farm, but they get the kill on Kaka. What lane do you need to focus on winning? Is it the Medusa lane if you're Newbee then? Do you just focus on her?
It's top is like your best option.
Top's your best?
Like, I mean, bottom, you can only... You can try your best, but it's Necro Undying. You're not going to win this lane, try as you might. And... Top lane, if your Klinks gets ahead, maybe he can show up mid on a stun, kill the Brood.
I mean, so far everything's not too bad, but we mentioned it's like you just once it's this time bomb of the Broodmother.
Yeah, look at where he is. Look at where Resolution's playing already.
Yep, just behind the tier 1.
Oh, 9 gold for the Nyx there.
Oh, make it 12. He's slowly getting him, and now he'll just make a little more.
Yeah, and this is the issue with Brood. It's not about the fact that, like, because there's a Nyx here, right? He's not going to try and kill the Nyx, but he can do this.
Yeah.
And he'll farm mid-wave.
And eventually he'll kill you.
Dark Willow in a lot of trouble. This might just be a kill. It is, and that's one way to not get a Shadow Realm dodge, just stand on the high ground.
You can see, like, this is just, Rezo's just going to out-farm, get super far ahead, and then at some point he'll have a massive army of spiders, and he can come in and just take the tower.
So, and you just want him, just say, you know what, Brood, go take him. We need you, KP, to just gank nonstop when he gets level 6, or?
I honestly don't know. There is a reason I was demoralized at the draft for Newbee's chances here, because
it's tough for you to see anything.
This is one of those where I'm watching just like our viewers at home, because I can't come up with something.
Yep, but look at this. Yawar, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He will get soul ripped by SVG. Right-clicks come on to Faith, who lose all his HP from this decay, and they can't get this 3v2 kill, and SVG just continues to bully. It is going to be a 5-minute run. Is he going to steal this from him? He sure is. SVG will pick it up. MSS is going to get both top runes, and
the body blocks, barely squeezes by him there.
So we'll be looking like a 3-for-1 rune exchange once they get that other one top, but now Kaka, he's in a lot of trouble, because guess who's here? It's the big bad Brood, and Resolution already moving around the map.
This is lovely play. This is exactly how you play high-level Brood, where mid is just going for free, you catch creep waves, and other than that, you play this area between 2 lanes. And as Radiant, that's mid and bottom, where at Dire, you play mid and top. And it's just beautiful. Like, you're owning 2 lanes now.
And sometimes you get delivered kills.
Yeah.
Because the Willow had to use her W to get the rune.
Man, in top lane now, Mugi's doing decent on the CS charts, 31-2. What do you do on this hero this game? We've seen before, sometimes you just push in lane, sometimes you get a Deso, an Orchid. What does he go this game, and where does he go after the lane?
I personally would prefer that he just goes more of a
medallion
build,
okay.
like the not core build. You're like the 2 or 3 position of the team.
Oh, SCC.
every hero needs to all in for maximum value for gold in this game.
Because you have to weather the storm.
Yes.
The VGj.Storm.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, Brood will get stunned up. They're going to throw down some roots here, and look who else is here. It's Faith. I believe he's just stuck. There's no web currently right there, and he has to move up, and that's a nice, I mean, I wouldn't say a quick kill, but they get the kill. They get +2 intellect as well, and most often you get the pressure relieved from middle lane.
Now, Medusa's going to get 2 waves off that, too,
Yeah.
so that's quite nice for her. I'm sure he plans to leave on SCCC when Brood's back alive. We'll have to see what he does there, because there's no way he can occupy this lane against the Brood Mother.
That was really unfortunate for Rezo, but I'd say he has... That one is you can give that away. He doesn't want to do that 2 more times or so, but he just has to continue farming, get up his core items. It'll be interesting to see what items he chooses to go. I feel like this is one of those games you can go the cheaper route, you know, maybe Medallion, HOD, a pipe perhaps, and just play around your spiders, because Newbee really have no way of killing the spiders.
Now, we do see the Nyx Assassin keeping up very well early with the Brood. They're actually top of the net worth chart. Level 7, I mean, this guy easily, every time he casts ultimate, could very well just be a kill. And as long as you're just buying time right now for your Medusa, right? Is that what this whole game's about?
For the most part.
Just slow down the steamroll of the Brood
Slow
Mother.
down steamroll, hope Medusa owns,
Yeah.
take it late.
But do you even win with the Coddle against Medusa
Yeah,
late?
exactly. The thing is, it's not even just that the Brood 10th pick is insane this game. It's that Storm still have great answers to all the cores of Newbee. You have the Coddle versus the Medusa, and Clinks is just rather ineffective if they maximize on their sustainability and just buy armor.
Oh, the Reapers, it will connect, and that's 30 seconds
Meanwhile,
dead.
Medusa's getting dove.
And that's going to be another kill on SCC, and well, welcome to Brood Mother. You guys predicted this. You Aura-Kyled it up. You knew this was coming, and now is this just going to be a tier 1 dead bottom? Well, KP is here.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to force Newbee to bring more heroes back bottom if they want to defend. If they do bring heroes, I think you can just be accepting that they're not getting anything by grouping up.
It's Moogie, though. The Clinks has rotated bottom.
I believe they saw him on the sentry. And yeah, they're
they're
pinging it
pinging
on
Yep,
Willow.
and now that they're alive, you just back off. And that's beautiful for them because the Willow even TP'd before they left.
Yep. And part of what makes Brood so fast or good in this patch is that you not only deal so much damage, you farm incredibly quickly, you kill structures, and your map mobility is
insane.
It's such it's a higher pace than any other hero can play at this timing in the game.
He's mid like 10 seconds later. No other hero can do that.
He has no boots and he's moving at 466.
SVG has quite a bit of HP though. 1,000 will get the Vendetta hit. Has a double damage. Gets the stun. Maybe give this to Moogie. They do. Comes in with the one right click. Get him 250 gold. That's not bad.
I will say Newbee's doing a lot better at this point in the game than they thought they would be, but we are still scared for the fact that they just don't feel I can't pinpoint a part of the game where I'm like, I feel good about hitting this timing and winning.
They last picked Adusa into Coddle.
And that's your win condition hero. Sometimes you can play heroes into counters, but when you pick it to be like your late game trump card.
Whoa, mid lane.
That is going to be most likely a kill on Rezo. It will be SVG.
Free gold on top of it.
Can't save him. Faith going down. Oh my goodness. Doesn't get the kill with those little spiderlings.
Yeah, that's Rezo's. I haven't seen him play Brood too much, but the 2 deaths he has are really just mistakes more than anything else. There's no need for him to be playing with his hero in the lane there. If he's playing on the high ground, there's no real method for Newbee to take him out. But the moment he goes astray, stands in the middle of the lane, just dies to Nyx.
Snake King should lose his life. He does, the first one that is, and he'll just back up. This, I think this is a Newbee has to punish, right? Snake King plays this very similarly every time. He will just sit top lane by himself.
Oh, this is a kill.
And you're scared to, and it looks like, yep, Carapace Blast will hit. Easily done, and guess what, MSS? You can't just be doing that against the Nyx Assassin.
Yep, exactly. And that is the Nyx factor versus the Coddle. But in the meantime, mid-tower, Rezo is respawned. He's middle ready. And looks like he'll be choosing to go for the defusal option.
I like it against the Medusa Clinks. Both heroes rely heavily on mana and don't have very much. And for Medusa, it's health.
Sentry scouts out Moogie middle, so he tries to make a rotation, but now twice just a Sentry counters this movement that Newbee wants to make happen.
Really nice ward. It'll probably get countered, but for now it safeguards Rezo and allows him to play very aggressively, cutting these 2 waves mid and bot.
And I know, I mean, it's kind of maybe a new pub factor, but you have 2 Invis heroes, so Sentries are just a gem, right? Once you get that Coddle Ags are going to be worth so much. Bottom, though, Yawar, he's going to go in. He is going to Ghost Shroud. Is he going to pop his heal? He won't yet. He's taking a lot of damage. He's just going to get bursted down. Another movement by Mugi. SVG got stunned up there, and I think they noticed at the end there. They're just going to try to chase him down. He has a lot of HP, but the Terrorize is going to come out, and, well, that's going to be a quick 2 for 0 and a Tombstone. A lot of gold.
The thing is, what Storm is doing well is that even though they're dying around the map, they're getting towers. Top tower already dead. Rezo now hitting the tier 2, also farm jungle in the meantime, and they get the tier 1 bottom. It was not denied in that engagement. So you trade heroes, but you're gaining map control, and you make it to the point where eventually, if you do win that fight, get some sort of quick momentum, then it's Roche, and all of a sudden you're threatening Rax. And you limit the number of mistakes Newbee's able to make once you hit mid-game before they just like lose the game. Whereas Storm, like your towers are all still full HP. So you need to stall this game even longer, find more advantage. But look at where the creep waves are in top and mid. Like they can't get them past the river. And
I think Newbee's doing what they need to do.
But is it enough?
In this spot. I'm not saying it's enough.
Yeah,
but to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with how they're handling this awkward situation that they're in.
Yeah, they're using Mugi nicely, right? He's not just farming, he's playing Clinks, and he's roaming around. He is making the plays, trying to help SCC get a little bit of farm, but now, as Kyle talked about, Rezo farming Ancients in middle, and now top lane, look at this. Just get a push in a tier 2 while tier 1 slowly dies bottom.
They're making the best out of a bad situation on the side of Newbee, and that's the first and most important tower to take whenever you're behind, and that manages to open up this bottom half of the map. Broodmother's never going to go there.
That's not good. That is your SCC. Top lane, though. They want to take a
No
fight, but
ultimate.
can you? And they're going to look. It's going to be Snaking. He doesn't have his ulti yet. This should be a decent kill, but MSS with the 3-man blinding light. Mugi hasn't hit in a long time. Finally will get the kill. It's going to be SVG just throwing out Decay's KP. He pops Carapace. Look at this. Yawar waits for it. Will it be enough? It won't. The raindrop tanks it. They get the kill, though.
Look at the mid lane.
And now their base is slowly getting taken up here by the Broodmother, and there's just no one bottom. You got 3 top, 1 middle. If you're Newbee, I think your Medusa is going to be playing in base in a couple of minutes here for the rest of the game.
And this is the thing. It's like, I actually, like to your point, I honestly feel like, how do I even put this? Newbee isn't able to do anything than what they were given.
Oh, Faith. Good heavens, he dies quickly.
I don't think Newbee's getting those kills was really a benefit to them. I think that's Storm just saying, here, take this. It's this like scorched earth policy where they'll leave you a support. Maybe you'll kill our Necro or Wraith King in a side lane if you bring 4 heroes, but it's just space for Brood, and he's the one that'll inevitably win them the game.
They have 3 heroes they need to kill, and it takes at least 3 or 4 heroes to kill each one. So if they're just pushing 2 different lanes, you can't. They're spread too thin. Like they need to get too much done with what resources they have.
They can't kill waves. If you fall behind in creep waves, then you just feel pressured the entire game. You don't play with vision. We have no fog of war, unfortunately. Newbee, they have that 1 ward on that hill right there, and that's it.
Yeah, you were mentioning he wanted to enable his spiders because they can't kill them. The Diffusal is a great way of doing that. The Purge Slow allows you to solo kill supports just with the spiders by slowing them with the Diffusal, and then your spiders do the damage.
Yep, and on the back line, it's going to be a Tombstone. Rezo just trying to right-claim down. He does hit the Terrorize on everyone, so Faith will survive. And Tombstone does go on cooldown, so it hurts their team fight a little bit. Blast is going to fly. Will it hit anyone in the back? Whiffs. And now SCC is getting a little bit of farm top. Do you, BSJ, do you like this Mask of Madness build on Medusa? Do you have to just to accelerate farm? Or?
You need to get to like 3 or 4 items this game, so you have no other option than to just accelerate as fast as you can, even if it's slow.
Yep, nice blinding light back into the blast, but I believe with the bottle, yep, he will get out of there. And once again, Newbee just fends him off, buying a little bit of time top for SCC, and that's what they need to do. But here come the little spiderlings.
Nyx has a Meteor Hammer queued up. That's an interesting adjustment.
I don't mind that because I think with it, it's enough to kill spiders when you stun out of Invis. Like you stun into Meteor Hammer on Brood plus spiders, and I think they die.
Well,
and they need something. Like that's the issue. They can't kill spiders. And to the point about Medusa, I think you can't play for mana in a game against Coddle, so you got to itemize for BKB.
Oh, look at this. MSS is just going to get destroyed. Nice global before he gets blinding light off. It will save
and he's
the
allowed to
Medusa
TP
as well.
out. Nice. Okay. Yules was used to set up.
Excellent play there. Newbee, as you said, they're making good plays, but the question is if it's enough. SVG might get killed down here, but Snake King going to try to help out. It's a TP from Shadowrun. Now KP, oh, he's thinking about it.
He knows they have no sentry because it would spawn a Tombstone zombie.
Oh, is he going to solo Shrine? Well, oh, he's just standing there, though. He's going to get killed if he does that. Or is he?
The raindrops.
Wow. That has to feel so bad. This is a 5 position. You're like, this guy's dead. He is so dead. And then he's not dead.
Oh,
Rezo
man,
finds
Moogie.
Moogie. Yep. Under the sentry ward. Nice use of the roots, though, to save him.
That's just such a convenient interruption of Moogie's game. Moogie just like he's half mana, half health now.
I didn't even factor in just how hard Brood. This is actually the most insane Brood game I think I've ever seen.
Ever.
Ever, yeah. Because Dark Willow and Silencer actually just don't touch you the entire game. Once he gets this BKB, the only way he's going to die is if Nyx opens up on him with Clinks there to just single target him down.
And maybe a Willow with no spiders around?
All they need to just play around sentries. You can't allow KP to win newbie fights. Just continue starving the map. Probably make a play for Roche around the 19-minute mark or so after you get this tier 2 bottom. And then you just plant Brood in 2 lanes and Necro in the other, and everyone else just runs around. I like Snaking's choice just to rush the Blink Dagger. You need that initiation, and it gives them the ability to pressure here because they always have that threat lurking to find a kill.
Yeah, but he's enabling, right? He's going to blink, he's going to get a Blade Mill. He's just going to go in and create chaos. And another guy we haven't talked much about this game because Rezo's been doing such a good job is Yawar. He does go Yules first, and he's going Blink next. Why is he going this
Itemize not to
strange
die.
build? Okay.
It's that simple. Like, if you're ahead in this patch and you out-farm the opponent and you don't particularly get outscaled, just don't die.
Stun is going to fly from the Centaur, actually. Will hit on the Wraith King. Wraith King does have ulti right now. KP Invis. Oh, he will get at the edge of that dust from SVG. Stun's going to fly. Raindrop will help a little bit. Terrorize will send Snake King packing. But Yawar, he's thinking. Is he going to go up this hill? Sure looks like it. SVG. Oh, he's going to pincer him. Gets a one-man decay because he yules into the air. Global Science will fly. SVG drops Moogie. He's 5-0 right now. We're going to see the Meteor Hammer. It completely whiffs. Resolution gets a kill on Kaka elsewhere. And now a Reaper's Scythe to kill KP. And that is not, I mean, you're dead 72 seconds at 18 minutes in. Like, it really is.
It's so demoralizing.
And you're already playing versus Brood. You're playing versus Brood. Now you're dead 70 with a Meteor Hammer. You're like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I love the Yules blink too, because all they're gonna do is have the Undying Brood like dive in, and then both other cores can blink forwards, and it protects your Coddle, and enables your Broodmother to just find the kill and then go straight for the objectives. Now it's Roche, the BKB will come out, and then you can probably expect VGj.Storm. I don't think you can just go high ground straight away, but you find a pick-off here and there, maybe another Reapers, and then all of a sudden the base opens itself up to you.
It is hard for them to siege, right? It's not like they have sieging heroes on VGj.Storm. They pretty much have to win a team fight to go uphill.
You're just going to pressure 3 lanes at once.
Okay.
I mean, they have very minimal kill threat on you as long as you have sentries, and you have heroes that can just poke and prod with summons, as well as just constantly shoving the lanes in. And you're just in no rush to end this game. Even though they have this Medusa, as long as you keep out farming them, it doesn't matter if they have a Medusa if you're up by 20k with a Coddle.
And now, oh, Dust is going to get popped. Barely misses Moogie there. SCC TP's out. So some nice defensive plays there. Moogie's 5-0 and 2, by the way. He's doing a decent job.
Yeah, I just realized the Coddle's going to have Ags and 50 gold.
It is going to be nighttime in 30 seconds. So.
Yeah, but the next daytime, they might not have Aegis, but as soon as it's daytime, I think you can just go high ground.
Mid lane.
You buy a gem.
Yeah. The only thing you're afraid of is Nyx as Coddle, but even then, it's just... I don't actually know how you can defend base into Coddle Ags in this Brood.
Well, we're going to see what their best options are. And so far, they're doing a decent job. You see cutting creep waves. The Clinks did go Maelstrom, so he can just cut creeps. He can actually, as you said, that they had no wave shovers besides, like, what, Bedlam used by Dark Willow and a Mystic Snake.
Yep, I think it's the right choice. Again, you're in a really rough position as Newbee. They know that they're in trouble just based on the draft, but they are admirably still trying their hardest. This is like a must-win game for them, as we discussed at the start of the cast.
If they want to stay in that upper bracket. There's still chances if they lose, but the thing is, you want to control your own destiny. You don't want to watch someone else play and be like, please, other team win. You just want to win.
There's a chance they get eliminated if they go 0-2 here. They're
Exactly.
They would go 5-9.
Yes.
And there's 4 teams at 4-6 that if all those teams were to win at least 1 game out of 4, they would be tied for last.
This is not their last series, though, bear in mind. This one,
And here we go. They're looking. Snake King should go down here. It is just going to pop the ultimate. Is anyone else coming? Oh, my goodness. The Yules instantly clinks. This might be his killing spree. Another nice global silence, though. As long as they keep vision, they need to get the stun from Wraith King. Can they? Moogie just running away. He will not make it. He is in a little bit of trouble. He does strafe the stun, though. Reaper's Scythe is going to get popped out. Do they have the damage to do beforehand? Sure do. 80 seconds. And will this possibly be a buyout from him if they commit top and middle?
I don't think you can afford to buy out in a game like this. You kind of have to say, guys, hold me. Like, hold my base.
Yeah,
just I'll be back in 60, guys.
And they do have decent high ground, right? You have the Medusa Mystic Snake. You have KP long-range stuns, and just as we see Dark Willow spamming that Bramble Maze.
He's not like a Storm Spear where he buys back, it can immediately go for a kill and pay back his own buyback. He has to like go eat a creep and then come participate in the fight. It's just not a hero you can afford to, I think.
Oh, there we go. They're actually going to go in. Snake King stuns SCC in the back. They're just in deep, but you see Newbee does not want to commit anything. Tombstone is down. Bedlam goes out. It's not going to do too much damage. Rezo's just going to pop BKB and get ready. He's going to go in. Carapace won't do anything to him, but they have to watch out because the Stone Gaze does go through. And now Resolution turns around perfect timing. They're just looking for this tower. Tombstone, they want to keep it up, but a nice Terrorize will get everyone out. And SVG will barely walk out. And it looks like with Tombstone down, will they just disengage until daytime?
Well, what's crazy about their draft is that theoretically with Coddle Undying Necro, if you give it enough time, they'll be full health even without returning to Fountain.
No matter what they have.
And if you needed to, you just TP base and get summoned. So that's like this. The core concept of a lot of these Storm drafts seems to be heavy emphasis on taking early tier 1s and then the ability to stay on map once you hit mid-game. That allows them to just cement their advantage. So even though they all go down to pretty low on resources, look at where they are.
Look at that positioning to break the smoke.
I think Kyle talked about it. Play around sentries. They have a ward there as well. They do have vision on Rezo, but guess what? He can just hide in these trees. That's the worst thing about spiders, right? Even in real life, you don't know where they're coming from.
Exactly.
No one wants to see them. Ugh, I don't.
Like, it's the worst. You see one in your room, you go grab a shoe, and you come back, and
he's
it's gone.
Is he in your pillowcase?
I don't know.
Maybe. I actually, oh my goodness. Now I did see a spider later, earlier in my hotel room. I was nervous. But we're good now. So, it looks like they are going to initiate over here, and it is going to be Snake King just destroying. This is a Blink Blade Mail, and he just does not care. He just blinks in and does a ton of damage, and now they have no glyph. We're just going to see Resolution chase for it. Kaka, you are going to get blasted. We have another BKB. It is going to be another ulti from SEC. Double buyback coming. Rezo does have the Aegis, though. You want to bring him down twice. That's going to be so hard. KP getting low. Faith goes down. I believe that was a dieback. The gold hasn't even gone away now, and SEC gets melted down. Resolution is just massacring them on the back lines. Front lines, it's every line. And now another buyback from Medusa. They have to this time. They still didn't get the tier 3. So it's a triple buyback, but you defend.
Daytime in 5 seconds?
7.
It's usually a bit late, so it's about 5 seconds now.
Dude, like, Silencer died, bought back, and just died. Like, Rezo's actually just playing in the tier 4s. There is no base of Newbee. It's just... oof.
He is losing his BKB charge, right? Like a 5-second BKB Broodmother is super, super weak compared to a 10-second Broodmother. So if they just keep holding, but you've used a lot of buybacks. You lose another fight, you probably have lost the game. So,
yeah.
Using some of your common terms, Kyle, would you say that there's a literal base but not a metaphorical base for Newbee?
Sure. That sounds about right.
Like it's physically there.
It's there.
But it doesn't actually represent anything.
Yeah, it's probably Rezo's base.
They're essentially sandcastles.
Yeah. Oh, man. Sandcastles.
It's rough. The tide is coming. Rezo, the tide coming up. And MSS, we watch him, has the gem, has the eggs. It's daytime. They still don't have to push, right? This is going to be smoke. This would be the best kill they could probably find right now. If they can get MSS, they're going to throw it down. They're going to terrorize this. This is going to be nice. Oh, he actually brings in Yawar. That's going to be the gem. They get him, and oh my goodness, he gets them both killed plus the gem. That's
the 2-for-1 special.
Gank. Yep, that is a huge gank.
Not bad. That's about the best thing you can possibly hope for, taking that fresh gem. Very surprised that MSS was caught all the way down there. At this point,
by himself,
yeah, like they have 2 wards. It's the only unsafe part of the map. And Coddle's the one guy that can't be dying.
Whoa, Resolution gets baited in by an illusion. Now VGj.Storm, 2 quick little misplays, and I mean, he didn't die, right? But that's another second off your BKB, which is gigantic.
Smoke again because he has no BKB.
That's a good play.
And is he thinking about farm middle? This could very well be a kill. Rezo and poor positioning KP. He tries to time the stun. He does. Will the Meteor Hammer hit? The Brambles will help. He will get brought down. This is going to be another pickoff. they get it to Mugi as well. And he does a lot of damage with that Mjolnir.
That's one mistake from Storm, and they immediately capitalize on it. Just a sequence of great plays from Newbee. And what's the itemization we have on Medusa? Because once he gets to the Scotty, it becomes a lot more of a ball game because all of a sudden the spiders don't mean anything. Brood needs to be further ahead to guarantee that they take this game, and I thought that he was, but...
KP gets spotted out, though, and he's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Tombstone goes down. They just want to secure this kill. Reaper's Scythe, the global a little bit late, and he just yules himself into there's a Lotus Orb there, and look at this. Snake King, even without this right-click build, does so much damage, and he's not scared. SCC will get the tower. He's probably pretty happy. And they look like they all get out.
I love the instant use of Reaper Scythe from Yawar. Like, he knew that he can't afford to wait even a second longer because of the global, and manages to burst the Nyx. Because if you don't kill that Nyx full to 0 there, that might be able to be some turn potential for Newbee.
SCC.
In trouble. They have Summon on Brood as well in 5 seconds. No Nyx.
This might very well be. I mean, he does not have ulti. It's going to be a stun coming out. We're going to see MSS just try to cast as much as he can. SCC just getting right-click. That stun will be enough.
No buyback.
And there is no buyback, as you said. This could be a rough one, because guess what? Brood can just get summoned immediately there. Guess who's here? It's the Brood. It is a buyback from KP now. They're just right-clicking this Tier 3. They haven't even killed the Tier 3 middle yet. But they said, we're here. We've got a siege unit. Let's see what we can do. Meteor Hammer won't fall down. It'll be a Yule's up in the air. We're going to see a blink to the backline. Snake King doing a lot of damage. He's dead. SCC still dead. He can't get in here. Yawar just attack cock on the back. Resolution right click. KP just die back. And right now it's just looking. Now they just died. You have no buybacks.
Yeah,
you're going to lose probably a Rax, maybe a second Rax. Snake King is just, well, he's just chilling.
The sense of urgency from VGJ was really good there because daytime's ending right now. And they knew that despite the mistakes they made, it's like, yeah, we messed up. We fed a couple kills. That doesn't change the look of this game at all. We're still a Caudal lineup with daytime, with this Broodmother that's still untouchable.
I'm surprised SCC got caught there. Like, that was a very good smoke from Storm, but
it was very fast.
That was the window where Storm had to make that play on a hero without buyback, and then they get the racks. But if they don't, all of a sudden their next window is at this Roche spawn, but during nighttime. Now they have enough of an advantage where it's most likely going to just be a free Roshan, and all the work Newbee did to get to that position, 3 quick moves in succession that went very well for them, it's all gone.
The rinse and repeat, I feel like, of the conversation we have about EG and VGJ so far, 2 of the teams we've been seeing the most success in the group stage, is punishing mistakes of the opponent. It's out of position on SCC there, but they were so fast with that smoke on VGJ. So obviously it is a mistake, but maybe the lower tier teams in this tournament so far would not have punished it as quickly.
And now, as you said, they're going to go for that Roche. Is it going to be free? We don't know yet. It's going to be KP possibly scouting it out, but he's not going alone. You can't.
It's the Caudal factor as well. Your internal clock as a core player, when you know that the enemy's strongest hero is still dead for 15-20 seconds, you think, oh, I can take this wave, like they won't be making this play right now, but on respawn he can be summoned in.
Changes that.
And honestly, the Dusa isn't really dying to the Brood at this point. It's more if he's caught that far out of position and he gets mana leaked, he is dead.
Yep. So why did the Brood go like a butterfly instead of something like a Scotty? Doesn't he want more survivability?
It's buildings. Okay. He knows. You saw what happened when he had no BKB. They can burst him. So just do as much as you can during a BKB and make them go on you.
Yeah, and Klink's Dusa both very obviously poor against evasion as they just strictly right-click. The Mjolnir change, of course, now that it takes Javelin, procs don't miss, so it's quite nice, but other than that, you don't really have anything to do with it.
It's just you decide between AC or Butterfly, and because they have the 2 right-clickers, you go for the Butterfly. The AC would be nice for the spiders, but he's pretty much unkillable now.
He doesn't have to save himself.
Did he have buyback? He had no buyback.
So you have to.
I mean, you don't have to, but he would have had 70 seconds where he was alive to use it again, but...
SCC. Oh, and look at this. Yawar, he was waiting. He might not get this kill, but he cancels that. He's going to have to use ulti. And now SCC, it is nighttime, which is nice, but look who's here. It's Snake King and MSS. There's the mana leak. There goes all your HP, which is pretty much mana on that hero. Now Reapers will be there, and that's a no buyback 110 second death at 31 minutes in. That that might be the game here, right? Can
Yeah.
they defend? Is there a chance?
We're gonna find out.
Okay, thank you.
That's the best answer I
would
got for you this
say
time.
There's always a chance.
Okay, thank you.
What about with my love life, Kyle?
That's actually.
That is not.
There's some
I was really
things
hoping.
that are hopeless.
Okay.
And it's not going to be VGj.Storm chances of winning this game because they are mowing down the second racks. We just watch blast after blast from MSS, even if it's not healing, it's doing damage. And now Snaking, he has his ulti, though. He probably wants to die on top of everyone. He's going to slow everyone down
He
if
just
he ever
killed
dies.
him almost full to zero with the blade mill.
He did, and Yawar owns him, and now KP in a little bit of trouble himself. He does have his Vendetta in about 2 seconds. Good game gets called, and VGj.Storm, I mean, we say it a lot. You guys talked about it in draft. What is their counter to Brood? Well, they didn't have one, and that's probably why they picked it.
Yeah.
Simple.
Wow.
Yeah, and now it's VGj.Storm. They are going to move on another game under their belts. They have lost 1 game to their regional partner, Optic. Besides that, pretty much flawless. I mean, a game like this, they were never behind, right?
Yeah, and interregional play is very strange. I'm sure they scrimmed each other a multitude of times, so it's not even real. And yeah, there isn't really much to say about this game. Broodmother. The end.
The
I
end.
thought